Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. We're going to talk about my favorite Tier 6 battleship, the Russian battleship, the Izmail. I love this boat. She is a fun boat, but she's got one, like all Russian battleships, she has one main flaw, high explosive. High explosive makes this battleship have a bad day and cry. It's based on her armor. It's not her fault. She just is acceptable to high explosive. Or susceptible, sorry. I apologize for not getting this video out sooner. It's just been really busy with life. But when you look at it, you've got 25mm front end and fore end. You look at the armor belt, it's quite heavy, but the rest of the actual hull, when the top side, is 25mm. You can't really do damage to the guns, but the superstructure being 16, the rest of it, you're really susceptible to high explosive. This sucks. So I'll tell you what you can do. You mean here I've got 3 heals. You can get a maximum of 4 with captain skills, but I don't take it. You can heal back fire damage, but again, it's a bit of a pain in the butt, so be very careful, especially with British ships. I'll tell you a bit later when we get to her guns, so what she can and can't do. There are some things she can that are kind of neat. Now, this ship, the Izmail, which is part of the Bordino battle cruiser, battle cruiser class, they're actually real boats. Unfortunately, she never saw action in World War I or World War II. It was a 4-class ship set. It was the Izmail, the Bordino, the Kimbutton, and the Nadvin. They were all started construction in 1912 and laid down in 1912, and construction began in March and April of 1913. They were basically launched in 1915 and 1916, but unfortunately, with the Russian Revolution and the Tsar being overthrown, they kind of just sat in the docks for a while. In this game that I've got my clanmate Navy chick, we're playing away. A bit of a spoiler alert, I'm going to die, but it was expected. But this is a good game. This Kaveni is, Kaveni, I can never see the name right. This destroyer is making me a bit nervous, but it's okay. Now I'm going to start off with... well, for me, some of the flags I put on this boat. I try to really enhance my captain skills, especially one in particular. It's very important. These turrets turn slowly. They make the Vermont and the Minnesota look pretty quick. They're all Russian battleships are pretty slow. But as for flags, I take camo with a basic camo, a shadow lurker for me, which is pretty straightforward. I try to get as much captain skills. My signals, I take battleship row. I take all the economic flags, and I also take the actual specialty flags if I have them. It is what it is. At this point, I'm getting a little nervous about that DD to my left. I don't particularly want to take a whole bunch of torpedoes. And I'm telling my team, if you guys, all of you, could kill this destroyer, it'd be fantastic. At one point, I thought he was dead, but he's not. I have noticed the Seoba player. This guy is the most solid player in this side of the field. This guy's actually making me a bit nervous. He's angling correctly, so I'm like, I'm going to give him a bit of a punch and see what he does. He doesn't flinch. This guy's pretty good. You'll see later on in the game, he's actually pretty good. I mean, I appreciate the damage, but I'm going to start turning in, going the other way. I want to actually cut away to the right. So this set of boats, with regards to the Russian... Navy amateur. The Russian army didn't want battleships, they wanted tanks. So these boats basically sat still for quite a bit. In 1917, the Izmail hull was 65% done, armor was 36, engines 66, and the boiler is 66% done. The problem is, during World War II, all the guns and the design of guns and the building of guns were coming from Germany. Kind of hard to get guns and battleship guns when you're at war with the country you're asking to deliver them on. So they kind of just sat there all through World War I. When you look at the Izmail and their systems, I mean, survivability, I've got her set with captain skills for 55.9. Torpedo protection is pretty good. She's got 356mm guns, times 4, times 3. It's good. She has great armor penetration, and she does really good. Her fire chance here is 39%. She's up there with British battleships. I want to say one thing. If you're not 100% sure, or the ship's angling, or it's bow on, switch to HE. You're almost guaranteed to start 1 or 2 fires every time you shoot. Secondary armor, I've got mine spec'd out for 5.2 kilometers this tier because, well, that's what destroyers start showing up at, which is kind of fine. I'm not overly worried about it. It's kind of good. Never mind. It's just not worth it. Minerability is 29.9 knots, or almost 30 knots with a speed flag. Detectability, I've got it down to 13.3. It's okay. It's not great, but it is. This boat can hit hard, especially on broadsides. You give a Russian battleship a broadside, you are going to get citadeled. If you're within, 9 to 13 kilometers, you're probably going to end up going back to port. If you're a cruiser. In a battleship, you're going to think about it hard. I decided to kite away here and see what my Leander's doing. This guy's charging in. I was like, ugh, all right, you be the scapegoat for the team. Your call, bro. But I'll start slowing down and start kiting away. I'm going to see what I can do with this team on their side and just concentrate on what we're doing. I'm asking Navy Chick to fire, but I don't want her to die. I know that she's going to win this. Believe it or not, I know she's going to win this game on this side. Our team to the left, well, sorry, the minimap just turned, but the other side for the A cap, I do end up signaling, like, can you turn around, please, and actually get in the cap? I mean, there's only 2 enemy ships, and there's, I don't know, 5 of you. Just saying. Like, push, please. This guy there in Arizona is giving me full broadside, so I'm going to hit him as hard as I can. And there's a good chunk out of him. And I'll wait. The Izmail, like typical Russian battleship, I designed mine for tanks, so it can take damage and keep on ticking. I probably could have gotten an extra heal, but I didn't want it. And I'll just wait. This guy's going to go behind the island. I'll get him in a minute. Not worried about it. Unfortunately, with these boats, as they sat there from 1917 on, it wasn't one of those things. So by the end of the Russian Civil War in the October 1921, a lot of the Russian army generals didn't want to have a navy. Like I said, they didn't want to have that. They wanted tanks. They wanted to be able to land forces. So these ships kind of sat there. At the end of the day, in 1923, the Borodino, hope I said that right, Hindenburg and the Narvin were all sold for scrap in 1923. The Izmail did last until 1931. She was quite a bit done. They even considered turning the Izmail into an aircraft carrier that would do 27 knots and carry about 50 aircraft, but the Russian government and the military didn't want anything to do with it. When I select my boat, you can see that I've got actually all the upgrade modules for mine. I mean, this is a tech tree boat you can actually work with. I do take the aiming module. I mean, by gosh, take it. Now, I told you you're susceptible to HE. Make sure you take all the HE. You want to reduce fire chance as much as humanly possible, and you need to actually have main turret. These guns turn slowly. They can take up to 60 seconds. And of course, again, I've got damage control system. I want to make sure that I've actually got the least amount of fire resistance. So instead of burning for 60 seconds, I sometimes burn for 30 to 33 seconds, which is half as much. I am telling my team, could you please get in there, please, and cap? So at this point in the game, I'm going to use what the Izmail's good at. I'm going to push up. The only real threat that I have is this Baron. Baron has a tendency to take anywhere from 5 to 10,000 K off this boat. Is what it is, but I'm going to push up. Like that. Ugh, I wish I had an extra heal. But it's okay. So I've told Navy Chick, follow me up. I'm going to go after it. I need to kill this Aoba player. This Aoba player is really good. And I mean good. He even knew how to turn away from my shots.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Be nice if my team would still go into that cap. You see the A cap. There's one boat there. Like, for the love of God, man. But they won't. I realize that myself and Navy Chicken over here actually are winning the game. So I've used my last heal. And I got a plan. That Aoba just missed me with torpedoes. I mean, he's a good player. So I'm counting on this guy putting torpedoes up. My job is to see if I can actually do a lot of damage to this Baron and take out the Aoba. This Baron gets a little cocky. And pays for it. I was telling Navy Chick at this point, the Baron's going to kill me, so I'll take out the Aoba. I might ram him, but I probably won't get there in time. But, you know, avenge me. And this Aoba got too greedy in the game. But I'll wait. I want him to angle a bit more for me. Pock shot at him. And there's no way of me getting low health that this Aoba's not going to fire. That was his only mistake. And that was enough for me. If I had extra heal, but that Aoba's torpedoes were bang on. That was good anticipation. I know it was running straight, but good on him. And here at the end of the game, you can see Navy Chick. She's going to take out that Baron for me with her PF or PE Frederick. But hey, I hope you guys enjoy the game, and I hope you stay safe. I want to make sure I go through the captain skills for you, because my captain's pretty straightforward. I do make sure I can actually change my main armory battery, and I do have a specialty Russian captain with this, because it does help the turret traverse. You want to take gun feeder. You want to make sure you can switch off. I don't take those when you're seeing for a battleship. I do take grease the gears. You want to make sure your turrets can turn. You do want to take this one with vigilance. You want to make sure you can see the torpedoes much quicker. And of course, getting low, you want to make sure you take adrenaline rush to shoot faster. And of course, you want to make sure you can reduce the fire chance and flood chance as much as possible. Concealment. And obviously, you want to make sure you take the extra heals and whatnot to give you 4, or instead of having 3. That's what I take. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something. So take care of yourself, and stay safe out there. Bye for now.